I know you've been pretty high on John Molchon for a while.
Yeah.
To see him get in there and play, what'd you think?
That was awesome. He did. In terms of the line and kind of how that shook down, I couldn't be more proud of really Stephen Baggett stepping in there in center. I mean, there's nobody in this program that I trust more than that guy, and I know I'm a little biased because I coach him, but he came in and did an unbelievable job for us on short notice. And then John Molchon stepping up, his first start as a redshirt freshman, did a great job. And then you got the fortunate enough to have Mario that you can slide around. And I know you guys always give me a hard time in fall camp and spring ball, and when are you gonna make the lineup? But I mean, that's why we do. This is how we prepare for those situations. So yeah, very proud of those guys and John going out there and doing a good job.
That was a good impression of us, by the way.
No, that wasn't really good. You guys are a lot better looking than me.
How big a deal is that to have two seniors that I know they've moved around some, but to have two seniors like that a fourth of the way through the season, be able to move in and switch positions like that, and just does. I know they are versatile, but it doesn't seem like that happens a ton, probably.
No, it doesn't. We're very fortunate to have that. And Travis is another guy. Well, Will Adams, for that matter, who's been in the program a short time, but he's a senior, he's played a lot of football. It's football, and so we try to prepare those guys to when things happen that they have to be ready to go, but you never know for sure how it's going to go, especially a young guy like John getting thrown in the fire for the first time. But yeah, Mario, Steven didn't bat an eye. Like I said, I mean, Steven's played a lot of football, but he's never started a game at center for us. We'd repped him there, but for him to go in there and operate the way he did, very, very fortunate to have him.
What does Mario kind of bring to this team that just kind of, you had such high praise for him before the season, and what's he done, for this program and for your group especially?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I'll be honest with you, I think he's probably the smartest football player that I've coached in my time here. And not just on the grease board, but more so game time, executing, and being able to anticipate what a defense is doing. He catches on really, really quick, and he just sees the field. And I know when Marcus first played center, 2 years ago, probably the best thing we had going for him was that Mario was playing next to him at that time and helping him make the calls as a center, and Mario was playing guard. So the same thing, Steven gets his first start at center, and it just worked out that Mario was going to be a guard. And I know that Steven felt really comfortable knowing that he had Mario, number one, at the right guard, and then Travis is with them both, all three seniors inside playing together. Yeah, you're right.
What's more difficult, like flipping from the right side to the left side of the line, or all of a sudden having to worry about snapping?
No doubt about it, snapping the football. We take it for granted. It's the most basic fundamental in football, the quarterback-center exchange, but it's one that makes you look really dumb when it doesn't happen. And so it's hard. It's really hard. Especially, they had a really good nose guard. I don't know if you guys how much you watched it. Number 70 was a really good player. We knew that coming into the game. Just the whole situation, how late it happened in the week, and everything. Steven it was pretty impressive.
So was that Wednesday that happened, or what?
We kind of figured on Thursday that it was likely that it was going to happen, and those guys, like I said, they don't bat an eye. They're trench dogs, man.
Would you expect that Mason back this week, or is that going
to? We're hoping, but we'll see. That's Coach Harson's question right there. So we're always hoping. He sounds like he's doing good.
Because of his smarts, have you ever contemplated moving Mario to center at any point?
We did think about that. I should say we did think about that at one time, and just felt like we had other options that were better. But he could. I think he could.
Can he be the biggest center ever? I mean, like in terms of his height and weight?
No, Garrett Larson's going to be a big old joker.
That's true.
I don't know if you guys have seen him lately. I know Mario's, he's so big in his upper body and his head, but Garrett's going to be he's a big old joker.
Speaking of size, yesterday talking with John, I know a lot of us were like, man, he's huge for a redshirt freshman. Where does he stack up over the last couple of years?
Yeah, we've gotten bigger guys. We really have. My wife, we had him over for dinner, I don't know, this was a while ago, and John, Eric Cavedo, and Garrett Larson all came over to the house, and my wife, she's like, those guys are your freshmen? They're big dudes, and I think we're pretty happy with how they're progressing, and obviously you saw John in the game. Hopefully we can build on that.
John called himself a small guy from Las Vegas.
He's a big dude in Vegas. He's a big dude in Vegas. And
Oh.
he's going to get bigger, too.
Offensively, I mean, you guys really haven't put a 4-quarter game
No.
together yet this year. Has it been frustrating, puzzling, or
Well, as coaches, it's always frustrating because you know what we're capable, or at least you feel what we're capable of doing. We got to figure that out. You know, one positive thing to take away was we really emphasized the second half, and we went out. I think the first drive was at 10 plays, and we scored. And give Utah State credit. I mean, those guys are good. I mean, they're really good. They're that front seven, and they were completely committed to stopping the run. You know, Jeremy got tough yards, and I thought he did a good job. So, yeah, yes, we are frustrated. We know that we can execute at a higher level, but you do have to step back every once in a while and give the opposition a little bit of credit too.
You got to be happy with the way in the fourth quarter you guys could grind it out, handing Jeremy the ball and getting those tough
Yeah.
yards, those tough first downs. Could that be something that becomes an identity for this team coming down the stretch? Is you're just
Sure.
going to grind it out?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys know me, I love that stuff. I mean, I wish the whole game was like that, but it's not the way it works. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, right there, it doesn't get any tougher in football to run the ball than that right there. And I thought the line did a good job. The tight ends did a good job. Jerry making some guys miss. Unfortunately, again, just like the Washington State, we got to learn from our penalties. And Travis got into a little scuffle there at the end, which we're not taking lightly. I mean, we ended up pulling them there for that last play, but it really hurt us because we're grinding it out right there, and we should be able to kill the clock. And we had the same thing happen against Washington State. That's unacceptable, but it is fun. Watching those guys right there, the box couldn't be any more packed, and it's just man on man right there. And Jeremy did a good job. Like I said, it was fun. That was fun. Just wish it would have ended a little better.
What did happen with Travis on that play? I mean, and we heard that it was number 73. It kind of caught you off guard that it would be him in that situation too.
Yeah, it was really pretty tic-tacky, but he's smarter than that, and I think he said something is what the referees told me, is that he said something to him. They'd been getting into it all game. Travis unfortunately played really good, and it was a bad way to. He played really physical, and it was unfortunately a bad way to end a good game for him.
But
It left a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
You weren't the co-OC back last season, but I've been asking some of the guys about what Thomas Burbeck did last year in that game. I know you guys had a lot of snaps and stuff, but what was it like kind of seeing a guy like that get 20 catches for 281? Just to see a guy, you know, the defense knows it's coming, but he's still going to find a way.
Yeah, Thomas is awesome. He's a lot of fun, and he's continued to make play after play, and hopefully we can keep that up. He's a really impressive football player. I don't know anything else other than to say that he's really impressive.
you guys had 4 turnovers in that game last year against New Mexico, and at least one of them was inside like the 5-yard line.
Well, yeah, we're reliving that misery.
I mean, I know it's an obvious answer, but how important is taking care of the ball and in a game where there may be fewer possessions, making the most
Totally.
of the ball?
Yeah, we got to do a better job of that overall, which we did in our last game. But we can't you can't miss opportunities. And when you're flirting with fire when you start giving the ball up. It's not going to end well for you. So yeah, we're doing everything we can to emphasize ball security and decision making. And
What have you guys seen as a staff in Brett? Obviously, the completion percentage is down a little bit this year right now. What have you guys seen, identified? Is there a trend, or is it just a couple games where it's just been off a little bit, or what have you seen so
yeah,
far?
I don't totally know. I mean, we feel great about him. I mean, he's a really good football player. He still has a lot to learn, like we've said all along. I mean, the guy's only a sophomore. And it's definitely not all him. We got to execute better. We got to give him more time as an offensive line. We got to run better routes as receivers. I mean, we can put him in better plays as coaches probably. I mean, it's everybody. I don't think it's fair to put it on him. And there's nobody more competitive or more critical than himself, than he is of himself. And so I think hopefully he'll bounce back and show that he's capable of that level of play, which we all know he is.
2 more guys.
Devin Demas always seems like he's one step away
Yeah.
from breaking a big one.
Yeah.
What to say about him when Jeremy goes down right there and he comes in and gets some big important carries for you guys and
Yeah.
gets some productivity out of him. There.
Yeah, I think Devin has done just a really fantastic job all from fall camp and up to this point. And you're right, he's been close to hitting some home runs on a few runs this year, and it's awesome. I mean, to be able to he's a little bit different of a back than Jeremy, but still really can be really productive for us. And hopefully we can get him out so he can see how fast he really is. We definitely need to get that done.
Yeah, we follow up a little more about Brett, and I know that he's there's things he came into the season wanting to improve, and his pocket presence, downfield throws, all that stuff. I know he's added game planning and stuff to his plate, or at least wants to be more involved in it. I mean, is there a learning curve when you take on more of a responsibility there too? I mean, a few more things to balance.
Yeah, totally. I mean, he's only a sophomore. And he is. I mean, I have to check myself all the time. I'm sure the other coaches do. That he's still only a sophomore, and you think the guy's Kellen Moore, and he's not yet. But he's preparing. He's doing a good job with that. He's his game plan. He knows the stuff that he likes. He's in talking with the coaches. He's working with the receivers. We put a lot on him. We really do. And I think we can try to slow it down a little bit for him and help him take more off him and put more responsibility on some others.
All right, thanks, Scooter.